Gators, it's Miss Matthews here, and I'm going to read a book in honor of Black History Month. The book I have is Tom Miller, Can a Coal Scuttle Fly? Words are by Camay, Calloway, Murphy. Love this cheery yellow color. Can a coal scuttle fly? My name is Tom Miller. I was born in Baltimore in Maryland. My mom says that I liked color from the beginning. She brought me home from the hospital in a bright red baby blanket. When I peeked out from under the blanket and saw the colored brick houses and rows of white marble steps, my little feet began to kick and my fist pummeled the air in joy. I smiled a baby smile at the pink and blue flowers inside the clean block tire urn on the sidewalk outside our house. His name is Tom, said my mom. Oh, isn't he pretty, said the neighbors and friends as they circled and purred around me. Mom says, pretty is as pretty does. And all he does is cry, my brother said with a scowl. Pretty soon I learned to crawl. So my mom went to Lafayette Market and found a big cardboard box for me. My brother carried the box home by putting it over his head and bumping into people. Then my mom decorated the box with birds and flowers and stars and shells. It was my play inside so you don't crawl off box. In the summertime, I watched my mom paint our whole backyard. She painted the tables orange, the benches red, the brick wall pink, and the fence bright green. The little side chairs were painted purple and yellow. She even painted the clothesline black to make it disappear. All the neighbors and relatives liked the bright colors of the yard. They laughed and danced around big bowls of pinkish, orangish colored hard shell crabs and bright red watermelon and creamy white potato salad. My brother chased me around the yard with a crab claw. Finally, my cousin showed me how to chase him back with a whole live crab. That fixed him. When I was a little bigger and ready to go to kindergarten, I was afraid. But my father said, "Don't be afraid. I'll make you a fine green striped suit to wear." My father was a good tailor. He could make a suit to fit any man just right. He made me a suit to wear to kindergarten, but he was busy with his customers and in a little bit of a hurry. I thought my green and white striped suit looked great. Then my brother fell on the floor laughing because one leg was shorter than the other and the sleeves were too long. But the kindergarten teacher said, "Tom, you look like a little gentleman." When I heard that, I just kicked my feet in a dance and pummeled the air with my fist. When I was about 10 years old, my brother and I became hunting buddies. We had a neighbor who saved a lot of what we call treasures and others called junk. She let us hunt in her garage and go home with the good stuff. We got a metal toolbox that a car had run over, a torn lampshade, a footstool with a foot missing. One day I found a bent coal scuttle. A coal scuttle is a bucket with a long lip that people used in olden times to throw coal into their furnace or stove for heat. This coal scuttle was truly a thing of beauty, but it looked sad, like no one wanted it. Most times, my brother would say something like, "I'll fix this part, Tom. You just hammer the nail in the chair." "I'll fix the coal scuttle by myself," I told my brother. I didn't want him to touch the treasure. I decided to brighten it up with some paint. As I was painting, I thought to myself, "This scuttle looks like a bird." I started humming "Bye Bye Blackbird," and before I knew what was happening, I painted eyes and claws and feathers and turned that coal scuttle into a beautiful, funny bird. I took it downstairs to surprise my mom, but my brother yelled, "Oh, Mom, look at this. Tom is an artist. This is good, real good." My mom smiled. "Hey, Tom, I'll give you 50 cents for it," my brother said. 75, I answered. "Too high," my brother snorted. I didn't want to sell it anyway. I really just wanted to look at the coal scuttle. My mom put it in the living room for everybody to see every day. When I went to high school, I painted all the scenery for the plays, decorated the bulletin board, and drew pictures for my friends' book reports. The art classes didn't have many supplies, but the teacher gave us lots of time and attention. One day my teacher said, "Tom, you must go to college at the Maryland Institute of Art. You are really good with color and design." "Okay," I said, "but that's on the other side of town and a long way from my house." When I first went to the Institute of Art, I felt a little bit like the coal scuttle. I felt dark and dented and in the wrong place and time. The other students painted with pale, soft colors, like their faces. I painted with bold, bright colors, red, blue, black, like my neighborhood. I was surprised when the professor said both ways of painting are good. Pale soft is good, and bold bright is good. You must paint as you see and feel. You must tell your own story in anything you paint, the professor said. I thought about the coal scuttle. I had told a story with it. I had used an old thing that no one wanted to tell a new story. After a while, I felt more comfortable and happy at the Institute of Art and made friends from different cultures. My friends knew that I liked to hang pieces of canvas together to make screens and to make sculptures that were like my paintings. Later, when I was a teacher in the Baltimore schools, I always told my students that you can make art with almost nothing. If you have no scissors, tear the paper. If you don't have the color you want in your paint box, find the color in a magazine and paste it on your picture. And this is a picture of him teaching. You cannot hide a blue heart or a sad feeling by just painting with red. If you're feeling blue, paint blue. If you're feeling red, do red. Your colors will come from deep inside yourself. You want to think and feel before you dip your brush into a color. Anything is possible when you are true to your colors and true to yourself. In my studio, I paint day and night. I still find many old discarded things that have beautiful shapes. I use all of these pieces to tell stories. I still like to use bright colors and make pictures and sculptures that say something about my people and my culture. Today, some of my art is in museums and people's homes. I painted a large picture on a wall in the city of Baltimore, and people now say, "Oh, that's by Tom Miller." Many people seem to like my art. That keeps me well and working. I still like to find things like coal scuttles that I can change into art that makes others happy. Remember, hope, love, hard work, and lots of color can make your feet kick with dance and your fists pummel the air with joy. Hope, love, hard work, and color once made even a poor, sad coal scuttle fly. All right, that was great to get to read to you. Once again, it is Black History Month, and I read the kind of Coal Scuttle Fly. All right, love you, miss you, take care, and stay Gatorific.